Hi guys, Dr. Simon Hill here, and I'm recording this morning, on Wednesday morning of the 6th of November, and we've just found out that Donald Trump has been re-elected for the American presidency, which personally, emotionally thinking, I cannot believe that that's happened. But at the same time, from a logical perspective, I can absolutely believe that it's happened, given the fight that the Democratic Party in America have put up. But again, it's the perspective from which you look at this scenario. Most of us will look at it from an emotional perspective. Again, you hear some of the things that Donald Trump has said over the years, and think, wow, how on earth did that happen again? But at the same time, he is obviously very divisive. He is extremely polarizing, and there are benefits to that in terms of the things that get done and whatnot. There are lots of really terrible things, and to be fair, you could say that about a lot of politics. But I think what we need to take from this scenario is thinking about how we approach life, how we consider and reach out to people and connect with them through what we say and how we treat people, etc. Because logically, treating people with respect and being good people and the whole kind of there's that saying, nice guys finish last, and to an extent it's true. Nice. Sometimes you have to be a bit cheeky. Sometimes you have to go against. It goes back to my video that I made about the fast lane, driving a BMW in the fast lane scenario. Being, kind of being the person that says, "Oh no, after you," be that "Oh no," being super liberal is going to be incredibly challenging when you've got people like Donald Trump and other individuals that are going to say the more extreme things and really stir up the hornet's nest, because that's obviously what he's done over the years. So whether you love him or whether you hate him, we kind of recognise now that this is what's going to happen. Unlike the last election where he was, complaining about election rigging and whatnot, I don't see that happening with this time round. It's possible, but again, it's not. I don't think it's necessarily in the Kamala Harris approach. I think they kind of know they've lost, particularly with how weak Joe Biden was up until very recently. It's an interesting one, but at the same time, we've just got to accept it and kind of say, right, well, how do we have an impact on this? Ultimately, we don't. Depending on where you are listening to this, we've got no influence whatsoever on American politics, and we could get very frustrated and wound up about it. But at the same time, we just kind of say, okay, well, what's the silver lining in this? What's the scenario? And for me personally, I invest quite heavily in the US, and the S&P 500, I think today so far is up at least 3-4%. So that's good, and certainly the previous record of Donald Trump in terms of economic change and growth, again, has been quite positive. So you can moan about it all you want. I'm not saying that I don't think he's a bit of a crazy individual, but at the same time, it's kind of, it is what it is. You just got to accept it, because you're just burning up energy trying to change something that isn't going to change for 4 years. Fortunately, American presidents can only undertake 2 terms before they have to. They cannot undertake more than 2 terms, and so this will be the last time we see Donald Trump. That's assuming he doesn't try and change the law, which is not outside of the realms of reason, given who he is and the type of individual he is. Anyway, so that's it from me. Not really, some little life lessons there, but just interesting given what's happened. Any thoughts, comments, please do share them. and I will see you next time.